Welcome to Episode 68, Media Protection, Part 2, Storage, Transport, and Destruction Patterns. In this discussion, we explore how predictable design patterns replace ad hoc handling. Ad hoc behavior invites inconsistency, and inconsistency creates risk. Media protection succeeds when each action, storing, moving, or destroying, follows the same proven sequence every time. Design patterns are predefined, repeatable methods shaped by experience and policy. They turn one-off decisions into standardized safeguards. Whether an organization manages a single safe or a global cloud archive, applying consistent patterns gives structure to trust. The goal is not rigidity, but confidence that each instance meets the same tested standard. Within these storage zones, access must be governed by least privilege. Only those who genuinely need to handle a given type of media should have authorization. Access logs, key controls, or digital authentication methods track who enters storage rooms or unlocks repositories. Least privilege extends to digital access, where permission to view or download stored files aligns with role duties. For instance, an analyst may view redacted summaries but not raw backup sets containing full identifiers. Restricting access reduces accidental exposure and provides quick focus during investigations. The fewer hands that touch sensitive media, the smaller the chance of human error. Least privilege enforces quiet precision. Encryption at rest requirements strengthen storage assurance. Encryption ensures that even if a drive, disk, or virtual volume is stolen, the data remains unreadable without proper keys. All removable media containing confidential data should default to encryption using algorithms approved by policy. Storage systems, local or cloud, must enforce encryption at the hardware or file level, ideally automatically. However, encryption only works when keys are managed securely. Keys should never be stored on the same media they protect, and rotation schedules must be documented. For example, a set of backup tapes might use managed encryption keys held within a secure hardware module renewed annually. Encryption at rest transforms theft from a crisis into an inconvenience. Transport introduces new risks, so packaging and tamper evidence become vital. Media in motion must travel in sealed, labeled, and tamper-evident containers designed to show if anyone attempted unauthorized access. For digital shipments, encrypted file bundles and checksums serve the same function. Physical packaging should cushion items from environmental hazards while maintaining chain of custody documentation. A simple example is a serialized seal on an envelope containing an encrypted drive. If broken, the package is rejected and investigated. Tamper evidence removes ambiguity, proving that integrity was maintained from sender to receiver. Packaging is therefore not cosmetic, it is a control surface. In digital environments, cloud object lifecycle and retention policies mirror physical storage patterns. Each object file, database snapshot, or backup must have defined retention and deletion rules tied to its classification. Automated lifecycle policies can delete, archive, or encrypt older data, preventing indefinite accumulation. For instance, logs older than 1 year may automatically move to cold storage or be purged if no retention requirement remains. Policy enforcement ensures that cloud repositories remain orderly and compliant. Just as physical tapes are rotated and destroyed, virtual objects require programmed discipline. Without lifecycle control, cloud storage silently becomes a museum of forgotten risk. When data leaves active use, sanitization methods must match the media type. Different materials and technologies require different erasure standards. Magnetic drives respond to overwriting or degaussing, while solid-state drives require specialized secure erase commands to handle residual cells. Optical disks, once written, often demand physical destruction. Sanitization should remove recoverable traces beyond forensic recovery levels appropriate to data sensitivity. Each completed sanitization should generate a record noting the method, tool, and operator. Matching method to media avoids the false comfort of incomplete erasure. Data should not merely disappear from view, it must vanish beyond reach. Destruction vendors and verification certificates extend internal rigor to outsourced processes. Many organizations rely on certified destruction companies for bulk media disposal. These vendors must demonstrate compliance with recognized standards and provide destruction certificates listing item types, quantities, dates, and methods. Site audits and random sample checks confirm that destruction occurs as promised. For instance, a vendor might shred drives to particle size under camera supervision and issue certificates for client records. Retaining these certificates builds a legal and operational shield, proof that disposal met contract and policy expectations. Verified destruction ends the life cycle with confidence instead of assumption. For highly sensitive material, witness procedures add another layer of assurance. A designated employee or security officer observes destruction, verifying that items listed were actually processed. Witnessing applies especially to classified or regulated data, where accountability cannot be delegated entirely. Observers record date, time, method, and confirmation signatures. An example is a government program requiring a cleared official to watch tapes shredded under controlled conditions. Witness procedures demonstrate not just that destruction occurred, but that it was seen, confirmed, and signed off. Visibility eliminates doubt, leaving assurance as fact, not promise. Occasionally, exceptions or waivers arise when normal media handling procedures cannot apply. These must be documented with compensating controls, clear justification, and expiration dates. For instance, a temporary waiver might allow delayed destruction due to ongoing investigation, provided the media remains sealed and encrypted in storage. Every waiver should identify who approved it, when it expires, and how the exception will be resolved. Documentation keeps temporary deviations from turning into lasting vulnerabilities. Transparency about exceptions upholds program integrity, showing that flexibility operates under the same governance as compliance. Finally, metrics such as custody errors and escapes help measure performance. Custody errors include missing media, late deliveries, or misfiled items. Escapes mean media that left approved control without record. Tracking these events reveals process weaknesses and guides improvement. A quarterly report summarizing error counts, resolution times, and corrective actions demonstrates accountability. Improvement in these metrics over time signals maturity. Controls not only exist, but evolve. Measuring mistakes turns embarrassment into learning. Continuous feedback ensures that patterns stay sharp rather than fading into routine complacency. In closing, patterns minimize media risk by replacing improvisation with consistency. Approved locations, documented transfers, proper sanitization, and verified destruction create a closed loop of control. These patterns need not be complex, they only need to be followed faithfully. Each step, from storage to disposal, tells a small part of a larger assurance story. When every movement of media can be explained and evidenced, data protection becomes a steady rhythm rather than a reactive scramble. Predictability, more than perfection, defines true maturity in media protection. Thanks for listening. For more audio courses, daily newsletters, and more, please visit baremetalcyber.com.